Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, the cash cow of the YTBC, and I came here to talk some boxing. Now, we're with my dad here. We are sitting. What was that one song about Otis Redding? Sitting at the dock of the bay, wasting time.
Back in the day, that was a good
That's
song.
That's old school. I shouldn't even know that. I'm too young to know about all that.
You love that stuff, though.
I love that stuff, though.
I love you because you know that stuff.
But yeah. Anyway, before we get to the video, I wanted to plug my sponsor, Fighting Mad. Big shout out to Fighting Mad, the Pound Kings in boxing apparel. For all your boxing apparel needs, t-shirts, not hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, phone cases. You know, dope stuff over there. Fighting Mad. Check it out. Check them out in the description. But we wanted to talk about the heavyweight division because there's a particularly interesting thing happening in the heavyweight division. Now, this past weekend at the Manny Pacquiao Keith Thurman fight, Deontay Wilder was there with Fox and PBC to call the fight. You know, I gotta give it to Wilder because a lot of people say I hate the guy, which I don't.
Yeah.
I even have his hoodie. But
yeah.
But you know, he actually did a good job. I was actually impressed. He's actually improved as a commentator because I remember he commentated the Joshua fight when he fought Klitschko for Sky Sports. Okay. And he's improved a lot since then. So I give credit where credit is due. He's improved a lot as a commentator. But I call a spade a spade. He calls a spade a spade.
Yeah.
I learned how to call a spade from him. I've been doing it for 24 years. Yeah. But Andy Ruiz showed up. Okay. And they sat next to each other, and they started talking about fighting each other. Unification. And I saw this smile. I saw this happiness. I saw this joy. I saw the sense of relief from Deontay Wilder when Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Joshua. Yeah. I saw the kind of body language that I never saw when Joshua had them belts.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So what do you make of Deontay Wilder all of a sudden wanting to unify the division and become undisputed champion against Andy Ruiz? What do you think?
First of all, I did not like the remarks. This is when Joshua did fight Andy Ruiz, and Joshua came out a few days afterwards criticizing Joshua.
I mean, Wilder.
I'm sorry, Wilder. Actually, Bronze Bomber criticizing Joshua for whatever reason. And I mean, how can you criticize Joshua when he didn't grab his baggage and get up there and fight for those 3 belts that Andy Ruiz got? I don't like the fact that Bronze Wilder is coming out now. All of a sudden, he wants to fight Ruiz, but when it came time, when he had the opportunity to fight Joshua, he didn't want to do it. But I guess again, he thinks it's going to be an easy road just to go through Ruiz and get those 3 belts.
No,
I don't see that happening. But at the same time, I think it's very disrespectful on his part to just even go in that route when he never gave the respect to Joshua's true heavyweight and fight him.
Well, what's even funnier is like the minute Ruiz won that title, this man's on Instagram posting pictures. He's literally posting pictures of Ruiz. It's almost like he's a fan of Ruiz himself.
Yeah.
And it's just hilarious because for so long, and by so many people here on YouTube, I heard that Joshua was the one who ducked Wilder. But here we have Wilder. The minute Joshua lost the belts, Wilder all of a sudden he wants to be cooperative.
And that's not very professional to disrespect a champion like Wilder. I mean,
Joshua.
Like Joshua. Joshua has 3 belts to his one at the time, and here you go. You didn't say nothing before when you had the chance to step in the ring and try to get them belts. You and King Kong. So I put him in that category also. That you didn't want none of Joshua, but all of a sudden, here comes one guy that came out there and actually embarrassed Joshua, but had enough balls to get in the ring with Joshua. So that's why it gained more respectability from my point of view than the Bronze Bomber or Ortiz, because neither one stood up there. So for you to even talk about somebody, they always say your actions speak louder than your words. Well, Bronze Bomber, you didn't do that. So I can't respect you for that.
There you go. You can't respect him for that. And it's kind of sad too, because like, you know, it's funny how with boxing's a lot like life. That's probably why I like boxing so much, because I can see a lot of how life works within boxing. 1 minute, Joshua is on top of the world. He is that guy. He has this aura to him. The next minute he loses, and now everybody's he's kind of like the afterthought of the division by a lot of people. Like now every heavyweight can beat him. Before no heavyweight Wilder could beat him. Now every heavyweight can beat him.
it's unfortunate, but that's how.
It's fickle.
It's
fickle.
The media and the public, it is. That man did a lot. The first 21-year-old before BOWE to win the belts and got a decent resume to what he's at. I mean, he was very respectful and humble himself. He came out and said, hey, you know what? You know, I lost this. I remember how I came up, how I got here, and I'm not turning back. I'm gonna come back and get my belt. So you got kudos to Joshua for saying that. But you can't be a cheerleader like Bronze on the outside for how long now? A year, 2 years in the running.
I mean, for Christ's sake, the guys are witness protection.
Right, and so and sit there and from the outside and cheerlead and state who you want to fight or who you want to fight with after the fact when you didn't step up as a big dog. It's like going into a fight with a lion and you want to take over his reign, but you never take the action to do it. Somebody else did it for you.
Yeah.
In other words, you want to take an easy street out, and sooner or later he's gonna get humbled for that. Everything comes around, just like you said. Boxing's about life. Karma is an MF, and he's gonna get his. Like I said, I'm not hating on him. I just don't think what he did was right, and now he wants to. Now he wants to do. He wants to go in and get in the ring with Ruiz, like it's gonna be an easy fight, like he thought before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's gonna find out different.
Absolutely. So, you know, look, there's no hate on Deontay Wilder. I think he's one of the funnest fighters to watch in boxing. But we gotta call a spade, man. Like the guy. I mean, you couldn't get the guy to say anything positive about Joshua. The whole 2 years or year and a half that they were negotiating the fight, you couldn't get the guy to say anything positive about Joshua and anything positive about making the fight. But then all of a sudden, Ruiz wins the belt, and he's posting Ruiz's Instagram picture, and he's saying, "Oh, well, this is such a blessing," and he's there, and he's all happy, and he's all giggles and all this stuff. And
like I say, to be the man,
let AJ win rematch and see what happens.
Quotation,
let AJ win rematch.
This wrestler, I forgot his name, from North Carolina.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Yeah, to be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Yeah.
Well, Bronze Wilder, you weren't a man enough to get in the ring with the man. So it doesn't matter what you say about Ruiz. You didn't do it with the big dog.
There you go.
To beat a dog, you gotta beat the big dog, and you didn't do that.
There you go. And mind you, Ric Flair has 18 World Heavyweight Championships.
And for him to tell you,
he got 18 Heavyweight Championships. Wilder got 1 Heavyweight Championship. Yeah. So shout out to the Ric Flair.
Yeah, and I mean, he clearly said that he doesn't anything. You want to beat the best, you got to beat the best. And like I tell my son, it's just like having a menu. In boxing, you got to have your resume. Your resume, at the end of the day, is your legacy, is to speak for you. And your actions will always speak louder than your words.
Yeah.
So, I'll say it again. He's calling out, I'm not going to say a lesser opponent, because he did beat Joshua Ruiz and got the three belts. But when he had the opportunity,
his whole energy is just different with Ruiz.
Yeah. Like, what wasn't this with Joshua?
Yeah, what was this? What was his cooperativeness with Joshua?
And don't say all the money. He was going to make money either way. And I always say, if he got the 3 belts, he would have made more money. So if he didn't make all that money with the actual fight,
I mean, we saw what happened. Ruiz beat Joshua.
Yeah.
And like he got like 900,000 new Instagram followers. He's a star. Boom. Let me tell you how big of a star Ruiz is. I was talking about with Hamid. You know Hamid.
Yeah.
Hamid doesn't know shit about boxing. He doesn't watch boxing unless I tell him about boxing.
Yeah.
Or he doesn't follow it. But guess what? When Andy Ruiz beat Joshua, you heard about it.
Yep, real quick.
When Andy Ruiz beat Joshua, when Pablo, shout out to Juan Pablo, he heard about it. He don't follow boxing. These people who I interact with on a daily, weekly basis.
Yeah.
My best friends in the world, and you know they know about boxing because of what I do here on True School Sports. But they're not like hardcore boxing fans like that. But when they hear about
something like that,
that's when I know it's big. That's how I know that something big is happening in boxing.
Because they don't tune it all the time, but they know when an impact or a comment like that is made about somebody.
They're seeing it on YouTube, they're seeing it on Instagram. So that kind of goes to show you how big, number one, Ruiz's win was, but also how big of a star Joshua is, to where people who don't follow the sport, so many people who don't follow the sport, are hearing about it's just him losing. So even when he loses, in a way, he still wins.
And like I always say, even if you lose, you still got the heart of a champion, and you got to give Joshua his kudos too. He was willing to come here to the U.S.
Still wants to.
and fight and redeem himself where he lost. He doesn't care about the 90,000 in the UK.
You don't care about the rematch clause in the contract.
And you gotta respect that. I mean, and I'll say it again. Wilder's been holding on to his WC belt for who knows how long, and all he does is talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. He's gonna make his money if he just took those big fights, who he's supposed to get the big fights with. But don't sit back and call on the chicken to fight a chicken when you could have fought the big rooster.
There you go, big rooster on your ass, straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. So there you have it. We're not too big of a fan of how Wilder is moving on as far as since Ruiz got the belts, he wants to be cooperative now. So that's what it is. But yeah, you guys let us know what you think in the comments down below. I know we will get quite a few Wilder pom-pom waivers in the comments.
Right. Like we're not trying to hit on anybody. We're just talking boxing how we see it.
That's it.
And people are always going to say whatever they want to say, but at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is, Bronze Bomber Wilder did not stand in the ring with the big man Joshua when he had the time to do it.
And he had plenty of time.
The same way with King Kong Ortiz, he had the time to do it.
Hell, same with even Dillian White.
Yep.
Even Dillian White.
So that's right. So that's just a few examples. And here come and the thing that I respect about Ruiz, and he got blessed with those belts, was because he took the fight 6 weeks after fighting.
4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah. So. And he didn't know what to expect, but he still took the fight. So kudos to him and the Snicker bar.
He deserves everything he's getting. So there you have it. So that being said, make sure you guys smash that like button. Like I say in every single video, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel.
Have a good day.
So until next time, take care, guys.